You guys like Mary Sue's? Well, no, you don't.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't, yeah, but they're fun to laugh at. Come on, it's hard not to, you know. So like, that's what we're gonna do. We got a Mary Sue story, and I think it's kind of funny. But before we jump into it, Seal, Neckbeardia
30% off. Pew 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 pew. To the end of May. Pew 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 pew.
It's done very well so far. We kind of bottlenecked. The machines are on 24/7.
But thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
It's great, but like, just so that you guys know, if you have bought anything from the website, it is going to take a wee bit longer than normal because it's been a very successful sale, which is amazing. But at the same time, it just means it's going to take us longer for that to you. But anyway, look, with that out of the way, let's get into it, will we?
Gather ye round while I tell you I am your butterfly. Gather ye.
Me and Megan were showing Aussie Watch Chappie.
Oh yeah, he loved it. No, he liked Chappie.
Did he like the robot? But the rest of the movie where it was just like normal people on screen. He's like,
Yolandi? No. Gather ye round while I tell you an awful story. This will take a significant number of posts. First, the context. This was a character profile for a Black Rock shooter themed RP on Beyond. Yes, Beyond. You know where this thread is going. The character skeleton contained only these things as requirements. Name, age and species, due to it being fairly blobby. The factions they belong to, their weapons, up to 3, any special abilities, and a personality and history section. For most people, these could be done in 2 to 3 posts. The forum on Roleplay Unlimited only allows posts of up to 2,000 words. This one was 20 posts long. Oh my goodness.
Right.
And it still wasn't finished. Now, let's begin. Square brackets are my own notes for context.
Alright, okay. How bad is this?
Name, Ayaku. Brilliant start.
Let's start off.
Brilliant start.
Asian sounding name. Red flag.
Age 22. Gender, female.
Oh, there we go.
Just shut it down there.
Mary Sue. Femoid.
Race, human. Faction, White Rock. Designated villain. Personality, the silent type. The sort to stab you in the neck while you aren't looking, simply because you annoyed her. Type. And to top it off, the type that will be utterly confusing when her true feelings surface and express themselves. LOL, so totally random.
No, I know this exact girl. She is the type that watched anime once and would walk around with like pens in her hair. Does that make sense?
Yes, I know the girl.
You can picture her though perfectly.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, like that Asian thing where like they put like chopsticks in
yes,
there.
and cuts holes in her jumper so her thumb can come through them and she's like, oink.
Yes, that's it. Perfect.
Weapons, basic.
Bitch.
Ikari to Wazawai.
Whatever that is.
Wrath and Woe. Custom built pistols given. Tayu no Raka. I'm butchering this.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, just keep going. Falling of the Sun.
Tsuni Rising of the Moon. Swords. Taiayu no Raka being the first sword given, while Tsuni Shitsu is the bipolar half of the first blade. Yet to make an appearance.
Oh, okay. WEEB words. Off to the releases, that's all I'm going to say. Let's keep going.
Wrath and Woe description. First post. Has a poorly made golden text header. Wrath. And what's that? Clip art?
Yeah. Look, you know what? We all had MySpace, okay?
Yeah.
I think
I know too much about that.
We all know how tacky it looked, okay?
Yeah. Wrath. A pistol. Having an ultimate possibility for planet-devastating strength, except all of its powers are sealed, in which each portion is sealed within specific parts and pieces of a material embedded in the parts of the weapon. As the potential is unlocked, the others grow dim and lose their energy as it is drawn upon to activate other abilities.
Right, okay.
Current stage, base.
Base? Alright.
Stages, base. In essence, it's just a standard custom-built pistol. Its appearance is similar to that of the M... anytime I say this, people are like, I don't know about guns. It's cool. Which is about where everything changes. Internally, everything is there, yet it isn't for the inventor had basically placed a sense of illusion within the pistol to hide how it works. This is why it maintains the image of such a normal weapon in its form. In colour, it is a painted maroon hue, a metallic appearance accompanying this colour. On the right side of the barrel, its name is placed in silver hue. Stage 1, Beyond Saving, Wrath's Eye. As the strength of Wrath is discovered and pulled upon, a morphing of the metal occurs. On the top of Wrath now appears in essence a sight with the compatibility of bringing a clear sight of the target up to 10 metres away, which appears to be warped into the metal of the barrel's top. As a result, no shells seem to be launched when the weapon is fired now. Right. Apparently, they don't do metric well.
Right, all I'm going to say is, you know what this reminds me of? Do any of you guys remember, I think it was George the Hedgehog, and George the Hedgehog would get very angry and he would punch the ground.
Oh yeah.
Everyone would die around him. This is like this. It's like, I'm going to shit the ground and I destroy the earth. Yeah. I simply shit the earth and I break the earth's crust.
And there's nothing nobody can do to stop it.
I cause super tsunamis across the entire world. Just so you know, guys. Just put that out there, okay? Okay? I know it's my strike weapon, but I think I should be able to be given a doomsday weapon, so you know. Okay? Right? Just put that out there.
Wrath and Woe description, second post. Wrath's Desire.
Why you got to call it like
I know.
Desire.
Maybe
Maybelline. Or was it Maybelline?
I don't have no idea.
I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. Your desire.
In similarity to Wrath's Eye, the weapon instead stays unchanged while it instead gains the power of the inventor, an aura that carries a physical force behind it. When the weapon known as Wrath is fired, the bullet is accompanied by a purple cyclone following behind it, literally putting a punch into the bullet. The strike, the equivalent of a punch.
I told you it was like George the Hedgehog punching the earth.
Yep. This alone will, in most cases, knock a target over or force more staggering if neither has occurred from just the bullet alone. Drawback of Wrath's Desire. Every shot pulls on the very source of life and strength of Ayako, her sword. If not given enough time to recover the lost energy, if too much is used, Ayako will be placed in a coma-like state that lasts about 3 times the amount of time required to recover the energy in the first place. Stage 2, A Darker Mind. To let live or to let suffer.
Cut my life
into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation.
No.
Never like.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
Anybody else here that's on 41 and broke up? Just letting you know.
Have you seen what your guy looks like these days?
Yeah, I have.
He looks like a dwarf.
He always did.
No, but like he can't.
Right, that.
Yeah, okay, look, keep going.
Pulling upon more and more of the hidden potential of Wrath, the weapon gains a more dangerous appearance as barrel and grip become much longer and the trigger gains a companion, a much smaller brother. The maroon colour in this form lightens to a paler shade. In this form, Wrath can now fire 2 shots with a single pull of the main trigger, while the secondary trigger is the one required for single shot. Drawbacks of this choice. Damage is reduced, while the weapon now pulls an extremely minor and unnoticeable flow of energy from Ayako to maintain the form and capabilities granted.
Right, I'm just going to put it out here, just because we're on the same topic, kind of, before we go too far.
Okay.
You guy from Sum 41, he was fucking Avril Lavigne, and he looks like a dwarf, and you're never going to fuck Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah,
just,
true
like,
that.
I'm never going to be able to say it again on the channel. It's not like we're ever going to talk about Sum 41,
Yeah.
right? So, you know.
Imagine looking like that and fucking
imagine pulling that
punk
off.
pop princess, like, come on, what the
Jesus
fuck?
fuck, man.
Wrath and Woe description, third post. Sanctuary of the Maroon Fluid. In the event of choosing this path for Wrath, there is no visible changes besides the darkening of Wrath's colour. The only change is to the bullets that it fires, which causes the ejected bullets to be adorned with spikes in a design to keep its fighting path straight and true without interfering. Straight and true makes me think of Chris Chan. I don't know why.
Why? What did he say?
Did he not
that?
say? He says shit like that.
Yeah, he does.
The true and right path and the... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a very... Well, Chris would always butcher anything he's saying.
I know, but it sounds like Chris.
Yeah, it does. It's got that... It's got something...
Chris
to it.
also gives me, like I'll write a 20-page backstory to a character.
What was the Sonic Street comics about then?
I know, exactly. The moment that a single one of these bullets strikes an organic target and causes blood to flow, a pulse of Ayako's life is flashed through the exposed blood, causing it to suddenly fly in the opposite direction, in most cases landing on the owner of the blood. Once this occurs, the blood undergoes a sense of freezing, stiffening itself and causing a sort of barrier against movement on the places that it lands on. Drawbacks of this path. Ayaku's life can be put in danger quickly if she develops a trigger finger, as there is no choice in whether this ability occurs with the bullets or not. Stage 3. The voices shall call out. Wrath's true voice. As the final barrier to the essence of Wrath is removed, his entire mind becomes open and clear, which is noted in the appearance of the pistol, practically turning itself into a short-barreled rifle. In this form, each shot gains a concussive force capable of blasting holes in entire walls, or if flimsy enough, entire walls of building.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Sometimes this is like melting into word soup.
Yeah, it really is, honestly.
Because it's...
What is it though? Like, this is a good question. What do you guys think is the deal with colour with these lot? You know, for instance, like, you know, like the wolf, like, you know, like, let's use a good example, the wolf girl, and she would be like, oh, my eyes turn red when I'm really, really angry, and they turn it's red when I'm happy, and then they turn yellow when I'm really happy, and they turn green when I'm on the hunt. You know?
I know what you mean.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Colours are really, I don't know, it's just the autism.
Do you think so? And then it's something to do with colours, I think, with these lot, and they're really obsessed with that. Or like, what was that one, My Desire? You know the one, Harry Potter?
My Immortal?
Was it My Immortal? Was that what it was called?
The Internet Historian Red.
Yeah, that one. That was
Immortal.
A great one. And then it's always about what they're wearing. Like,
I went in and I put on my stripy tights with my ripped denim skirt.
Or maybe, you know what it is? I suppose because, like, you know, like, obviously this is a girl that's posted this, because you just fucking tell.
Well,
is that a thing though? Do you think that's more of like a girl's thing where they go more into the description and they do notice put the colour down far more often?
I think girls are more into detail.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So it could be something along those lines, that girls, they like to put the detail in because it's more realistic to them then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think.
So, I don't know if you know this, but we've got a website with lots of models. And whenever I say lots of models, I mean lots of models. We've got models for any setting that you can think of. With humans with biddies, animals that shouldn't have biddies but do have biddies, dwarves and elves with biddies. Look, we've got a lot of smut models. But it doesn't stop there. We really do have models for anything and everything. And to be honest, they look so good. Chef's kiss, so good. But it's not all smut for all you good Christian Minecraft server players. We've got you covered. And we even got the weebs covered too, which is unusual for this channel because we don't like weebs.
Yeah, the weebs aren't that bad, okay? They're just fun to laugh at.
We also have 5th edition subclasses and adventures, which some of them are free for download, and we sell a physical printed copy of Steel Water as well, and you can request a signed version if that's your thing, where I'll draw a penis on it for you.
If you want us to sign a couple of decks, we'll give you decks, okay, guys? That's what
anyway,
you want.
If you enjoy what we do here, go ahead and check out the website. It helps us out so much, and we don't need to worry about our YouTube overlord striking down another one of our channels. Our website is also now available as an app on Android. Also, and the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy! Yay! Woo!
Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's get back to the video.
So yeah, we end up skipping a few posts there because Gath goes on for quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that was just Gath, so now we're on to WoW.
So WoW, current stage.
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
I could not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Current stage base. As the practical twin sister of Wrath in form, WoW is in a basic sense the same exact as Wrath, except for key elements and changes in her abilities and what she was created for. Defense and massive enhancements to the user was the entire point to her creation, yet the inventor was promptly killed after her birth. Stages, base. In essence, this pistol is the exact same as Wrath, except for just a few changes. Its appearance is a bright white colour, while its name is written in the colour of Wrath on the left side of the barrel. Stage 1. That laughter is not of a child's. WoW's laughter. WoW, such a sadistic girl, has decided to allow allow Akayo, whatever, a special gift.
Can we call it Awoo?
Yeah.
From now on.
The gift of her voice being in every bullet that leaves her body. This means that every time that Woe is fired, Awoo's burden of energy consumption is lifted by a minor replacement of her life energy from her sword. Though, the increase is unnoticed when the shot misses. When a bullet strikes a target, depending on whether the bullet lodges or not, the bullet stays in contact with Awoo to transfer just a bit of the blood back towards her. When this occurs, the energy starts to recover minor wounds on her body, though it cannot be used to fuel wrath. Drawbacks on this choice. Woe can end up deciding to hold this gift out, or it can accidentally just fling the energy back at it. Akayu to damage it.
Honestly, this just stinks of anime so far.
It just stinks of tism.
It stinks of fucking, like, cringy 13, 14-year-old girl fanfic. Honestly, you know what it is? It's the girls that didn't get into... This is before...
It's the girls who didn't... No, it's the girls who didn't get into Twilight.
Yeah, this is the one... No, this is, like... This is before Twilight, I'm going to say.
No, wait, I'm putting myself on there. It's the girls who didn't get into Twilight. Yeah. I've never, and I will never watch a Twilight movie. And
Do you not like the sparkly vampires?
No, I'm actually proud of myself that I've never...
Do you not like sparkly vampires, Megan?
No.
Do you not...
Vampires aren't my thing.
No. What about the werewolves?
No.
Team Chica?
No. I remember there was a girl in our school who used to sit beside me in history, and the way we were seated was one was on one side of me and one was on the other, and they were like LOL, so totally random girls. And one girl had a binder that said Team Jacob, and one girl had a binder that said Team
Edward. Was it? Yeah.
And whenever they weren't looking, I put Sharpie over their folders.
Well, Meg, that sounds very mean, but they probably deserved it.
One of the girls cried. But she's also the girl who cried whenever a fly dropped dead on the floor. Like, oh my god, a beautiful life has just died. No. I'm like, it's a fucking fly?
Like, wait, I don't know, the thing is, the thing is, all you guys have met this girl.
Yeah.
You know this girl. You came across them. Don't lie, alright? So yeah, we skipped a little Woe's or was that Woe we just did?
I don't know. Yeah.
Look, okay, all I'm saying is we're currently 70 minutes in and we've only done the fucking guns. So now we're on to the sword.
Yeah.
You guys ready for the sword? Kayu no Aka.
Tayu no Raka.
No Raka. No Raka.
That's Jim's plays that.
No Raka.
Jim's that's so icky.
What's that? What's that mean of your $5? What was that from Full Metal Jacket, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Full Metal Jacket. No Raka. No Raka.
In a basic sense, this sword is the weapon that is most easily and commonly seen with Aku. It possesses an oddity in the form of its appearance, that being in the fact that its handguard is an opposite mirroring its name, in the shape of a crescent moon, facing down towards the hilt. Running the idea of the shape, I can't picture it.
I'm having so it's like a C shape.
Okay.
Handguard.
Okay. Running the idea of the shape back towards the blade, on the side that possesses the edge and cutting side, a portion that runs up till about the centre is present. This is what holds the blade together, altogether, as well allows a sense of conduit.
Are you telling me this sword wasn't folded over 5,000 times? I'm fucking sick of this. I was told it was going to be full. What is Japanese steel folded? Is it 5,000? I don't even know what the number is. Is it 1,000?
I don't know, but I know it's folded a lot.
Folded steel, man.
Inside of that place is a series of unseen or unheard of crystals in which the crafter of the blade placed before linking it to the newborn child's soul, also known as Aku. This is where
Lolly sword.
This is where all life, energy, and strength for her abilities and natural strength comes from. It whispers of a second shape, one of an opposite form of its own. This is the form of the twin brother, in which it is a literal opposite in everything about the weapon in terms of appearance. This line was italicized, okay. Styles and stance. Aku has gathered several styles and stances that are based on the weapons that she is currently wielding, or whether she is even holding a weapon. Depending on her path towards unlocking her actual strength and potential, she is unaware of two hidden art styles that she possesses, each that will make it present itself when the strength and energy needed for them are there, and she opens her minds to her weapons, allowing them to move her limbs till she learns.
You know what this is? You know what? I'm actually ashamed of myself. This is Devil May Cry Cry. Megan,
Never.
do you ever play Devil May Cry?
No.
Can I show you? There's a scene. It's like
No, because I've heard of it. It's a horror, isn't it?
no, it's not. It's like an action sort of game. I think it tries to have horror elements, but it's really not horror.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Fear. I've never played Fear.
Devil May Cry. It's like the guy's got he's got 2 pistols and he's got a sword. But there's I'm not even joking. There's a bit in it where he's eating a pizza, and it's like Sonic. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog tier. I'm not even joking. Let me get it up here. I need to watch it.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, it was
The Edge explains
it was like
itself.
2003. The game.
Oh
guy.
yeah, it explains.
Please accept it. Invitation, huh? This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Like, I know it's 2005, but
Part of me thinks it's on purpose, but I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese game.
it's so of course it's a fucking it's so over the top. I
It makes
do
me
see
feel like it wasn't on
similarities in
purpose.
this though.
You see where I'm coming from, though?
cult.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's feeling like bad Devil May Cry fanfic.
yeah.
That's what I'm feeling. Now, are they going to start talking about a pizza anytime soon? That's where it's going to get interesting. That's where it's going to get interesting. Like, let's just keep going with this, will we?
Now we've moved on to the designated ability segment. This is where it gets even worse. Life energy. The very fact that Akai's own body can't rely on its own current energy means that she needs her sword to stay alive, in a sense to keep up with the style of combat she follows. Bulletcraft. Creation. Drawing either wrath or woe while they possess a gun form and holding them towards the sky, arena bullets can
Fuck off.
Arena bullets can either form themselves in the form of clips for the weapons, or literally fall as individual bullets for attacks and other forms of ability and moves. Bulletcraft, impossible form. Taking on the basis of BC
Can turn bullets.
can turn the bullets into a vague spiritual base, and she can increase the damage at the cost of more life energy. Bulletcraft, explosive destruction. No, deconstruction.
Alright.
A much advanced ability of a cat. She can hold her hand up and hold a single bullet. Most would think this is to be simple and useless gesture till she snaps her fingers while the bullet still remains between her fingers and ends up setting the bullet off at high speed of the actual fired bullet.
Wait, did she flick it or did she snap her finger?
At this point, I'm reading, I'm not taking it in.
Can she do it like Salt Bay? Like
Yeah.
Salt Bay the bullet?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Also, he was doing that with rocks today, by the way.
Yeah, he was.
did this. The use of this can backfire easily through and most times leave the hand wounded in the sense of shrapnel and burn marks. along with the energy consumption for low expertise level of use. Art of the sword, single hand. Awoo's main preference of using a sword in the form of a single hand, while her others remains open and free to perform other actions. This in itself means that her attacks are not always 100% in strength, as well as it also allowing for her to be disarmed easily.
The last thing you want in your burger.
That's what I'm trying to read it as.
That's what a fucking
Art of ballistic, pistol, dual wield. This is the ability granted to Akao by Wrath and Woe that it would be obvious that she would be proficient in their use. In this fashion, it simply means that Akao doesn't use both hands to hold a single gun, instead holding Wrath and Woe in a respective hand, allowing for her to fire off both guns at once in a sense.
Wait, so she's...
In hindsight, it doesn't really allow for accuracy until her arm becomes a rigid, stable body, as well as Akao having time to even aim.
Wait, does she just have like super long fingers or something?
Has to.
Right, okay, sure.
Art of body movement, elusive limbs.
She like an octopus. I like to imagine it's like an octopus.
Running about like Squidward.
No. You know, like them dancers, and you have like them behind them, and they move. You know, like it's like a visual effect.
Oh yeah,
Do you know what I'm on about? Yeah.
Or she's like, you know, one of them people who have like, they're in the middle, but there's like 3 or 4 like puppets of themselves on a stick, and like the moves. Have you seen it?
That's perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So, art of body movement, elusive limbs. Going out of the way to flex her body and muscles to the point of near breaking and or dislocation, or even worse. She has gotten to the point of being familiar with the way her body can bend, as well as being able to understand her limits, as well as knowing how far she may be able to go without any severe consequences. It's unclear of what her true limits are, due to the fact that they can change at any given time. Reckless act, boost. Pulling on the life energy of her own, Akao forms a large shell of magnitude equivalent to that used on a larger caliber weapon, nigh close to that of tanks and rockets, in which she sheaths every single one of her weapons before starting to sprint while tossing the shell behind her. The result is a blast and a shockwave. The shockwave in and in itself is the pulse part of this, pushing Akao further. The negative portion of this is that the high chance of shrapnel and burn damage that can occur. In a visibility bonus, it can appear as if she appears right from the blast itself, trailing fire and smoke behind her.
Right, so there's always like explosions going off behind her.
Yeah.
Does this how she...
It's so anime.
Yeah, says. Right, let's skip on another wee bit, will we?
So now we're into her backstory, like her history.
Yeah, fuck.
God, and we have skipped a lot, my guys.
Yeah, we've skipped so fucking much.
She's a sickly babe. Don't expect her to live past 5. This line was written in italics and in rust-coloured font. Aku's prediction of her life wasn't a rather pleasant one. In fact, even though it turned true, it was a negative influence that was indirect, as Aku was born to 2 parents.
Wait, what
as if... so is everyone?
What do they mean born by 2 parents?
Born to 2 parents?
Does she mean like she was birthed from like a conjoined twin?
Look, it would be better to know who they were just a bit better first. Her parents were not exactly normal people. In fact, they were the sort that were shunned and cast out from a regular society for how they behaved. Me and you.
Yeah.
Looked, or even what they did for a profession. Aku's mother was a gunsmith, as well as a sort that went out around the world to collect uncanny and odd things. Her name was Ali, her last name not really ever being there. Then again, it doesn't matter in the end. Her father, on the flip side, was a literal opposite to Yukai's mother, instead being a swordsmith. How's that the opposite?
It's literally...
You're both smiths.
No, it's complete opposite though. You don't get it.
Right.
You don't get it.
Who kept a calm and level head, yet had a wicked mind. This was the very thing that led to something a bit malicious in the end.
Why did he fucking jizz in the fucking...
Or, I don't know, cut her head off.
Jizz into the crucible. It's like, I'm mixing my life essence. You don't fight like that. That's what I wanted.
Because of the prediction of the doctor.
I've got the power of jizz on my side.
I get the power of God and enemy on my side.
Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck it is.
Because of the prediction of the doctor, the two barely give attention to the apparent dying child of theirs. Rather than thinking she was gone, they could try again, which ended up giving them too much time to plan, to think and design. With her mother's behaviour, it was clear where the crystals and strange metals in Aku's weaponry came from. She had come across them in some strange jungle in some far-off land, exploring like some exotic hunter. This was the spiral to madness for both Ali and the unnamed father. Listen, dear, she's just a toddler. She won't cause any trouble. Also in italics and rustic. The discovery of crystals which seemed to be a
Fucking chaos emeralds.
The discovery of crystals which seemed to be a bottomless hole for energy of both life and spiritual, which in itself created a storage. The two quickly made a schedule of doing work near the crystals, filling them with energy of their own ever so slowly, before it would suddenly stop taking it. Instead, something different had happened. This was 4 years after Aku's birth, in which an incident had occurred. The mother, Ali, had decided to bring her daughter into a small workshop that had been built around the crystals in their secluded home, and had placed the young Aku down in a small fenced-off area, thinking that she was safe and wouldn't be in any way capable of getting in trouble. She was so wrong, as Aku had developed an adventurous spirit. In fact, she was a bit of a child wonder, having been raised by her parents' standards, even with their knowledge of her apparent short life. In fact, they give less love and instead just tried to give her as much of a life as possible. As a result, Aku managed to clamber over the fence and move towards the crystals, something that entranced her eyes and mind, and she ended up touching them.
Oh no.
As a result, it turned into Spider-Man. As a result
whenever
of this
I get back to fucking spider, I just die. I don't know, I get fucking spidey senses. Whenever I get spidey senses, people say it's fucking autism. Or they say it's fucking sensory overload, but no. No, it's not spidey senses.
As a result of this contact, the boundary of Aku and the crystals for the energy stored within soon became a shared corridor, a two-way street, so to say. Because of this, unknown to her parents, she would live. Granted, the three figures that would arise in the form of guardians and companions for Aku much later. What do you mean you suddenly have to make something? More italicized and rusty tech. The three guardians in the future for Aku soon started merely as a manifestation of spirit, or in this case, floating blueprints or forms of bodies in their own design that they wanted. Wrath and woe would take the form of pistols, a pursuit that Ali, Aku's mother, was common with and capable of making, while her father was influenced by the plans of a sword much different. In the end, it was a massive argument influenced by spite and hate that drove the two to each their own workshops, and this resulted in a fervor and maddening week after week of constant work that slowly formed and shaped of two pistols and a sword.
Wait, so what the fuck happened here? They touched something?
She touched it, and then, like, fucking spirits came out and said, you go make two guns and you go make a sword, dear Amanda. That's basically what happened.
Right, that sounds kind of homo, not gonna lie, guys. Let's just move on, will we? Yeah, let's quite literally move on with our entire lives at this point.
Because I feel like my brain is rotting with this.
Right, okay, I'm just gonna...
Mary Sue.
Right, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna say the last bit, so there's only like 2 more posts, but honestly, at this point, I couldn't fucking care less.
I couldn't care less about it.
Go watch Devil May Cry, 3 cutscenes. So, this is the last post of her history. As she claimed, she hit the wall in between bragging about how she was so good at roleplaying because she could write 7 to 9 paragraphs in the time
it took other people to write one, and how she was a prodigy of writing who learned everything about writing entirely on her own.
I believe that. You know what?
Yeah,
I
believe it too.
Yeah.
I eventually took mercy on her and rewrote her entire profile to take up only 3 posts, at which point she rage quit the server in entirety and deleted the topic. Thankfully, I had the foresight to preserve it.
Well, good for you, man. Good for you. All I'm gonna say is, honest to God, what is it with fucking big role-playing servers? See, I'm not even joking, man. See, like, fucking, like, open, like, quest threads seem to have quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Or, like, Westward servers or some, like, see, like, open playing things, especially if they got on 5e. That's what I'm gonna say, right? So see ones that are like got on 5e, you can pretty much play a 5e game anywhere online.
Yeah.
Like, not anywhere online, but I mean anywhere, like IRL.
But yeah.
So like,
why do you need to play online?
So like, if you can't find anyone to play with, and you're playing 5e online.
Something's wrong with you.
Might be
something is wrong with you, not anybody else.
That, and also, let's be serious. Like, you know, there's definitely a stereotype of people that are attracted to this sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a stereotype. So what have we gained from this video, Megan?
Brain rot.
Yeah, absolutely nothing, guys. Not gonna lie.
Absolutely nothing. Just want to tell a story about a girl who
with some guns.
And a sword.
That clearly was just not Devil May Cry mixed in with like other horrible anime references.
Yeah. If you know any of the anime references she's telling me, don't tell us down below because I don't care.
It would be great. It's like
they'll be like, actually, she was referencing. I couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give it. And don't try and say, oh, you should really watch this anime. I'm not going to.
You know what?
I
do think I will watch Berserk at some stage. Yeah. I think I will give it.
You can watch it on your.
I think I will. I remember, where was it?
I don't hate anime. I don't hate people who like anime. I just don't like it. Not gonna watch it.
No, Lisa's just don't like them.
Yeah, basically. Just don't like it. Not gonna watch it.
Just don't like it. No, what was that one? Sure, we were down in Dublin and we went to that like comic book shop, just have a wee nosy about, and they had like a Berserk book, but I picked it up and I was like, what the fuck? Book's back to front.
Yeah.
It's because the way the spine is.
And then as you were picking that up, I was picking up a Nazi mice book.
Yeah, what was that? That was Miser or something. That was a big thing. I picked that recently because apparently they were like censoring it or whatever. I don't know. There was something.
I'm surprised. Like I've read it. I haven't even read it.
Yeah. We got a sale on neckbeardia.co.uk. 30% off. It's doing amazingly well. If you order anything, it will get to you. It may just take a wee bit longer.
Pro life tip: you don't have to tell everybody that you're an anime fan.
Not all anime fans are like this. Okay, bro.
Okay, but once again, not gonna watch your anime.
Well, the thing is, like, we openly mock Garbro on a daily basis.
Oh, he's such a weeb, though. Man's a grown-ass man walking about with a Sailor Moon top on. Like, how can I not bully him? James, how can I physically not say something about that?
Yeah.
And Garbro would agree.
Yeah, Garbro would agree. Well, is that not like the favourite thing that weebs love? Weebs love nothing better than to bully weebs.
I'm not a weeb.
No, but is that not like a thing? I
can't
remember.
But like, how can you not bully a grown-ass man wearing a Sailor Moon top?
So, yeah, guys, what's the worst then is sometimes I feel like we're too harsh on anime, and then other times I feel like we're not harsh.
We're not harsh enough. And sometimes I feel like we're just at the spot where it's like just offensive enough.
Yeah, just offensive enough where it's not considered hate speech. 9.
Stop.
Yeah. Right. Alright, okay. Like, I think I'm not going to say anymore because I'm going to get fucking done for you.
Yeah, and also just don't play. I'm going to say, just don't tell us about your anime. I don't care.
Anything else worth bringing up in this video? No.
Your mum.
I don't really have anything to say about that.
Not your mum, their mum.
Oh, their mum. Yeah, Patricia. Well, what's the common American name? Sue. Okay, Susan. Calm down. Sue.
Kathy.
Is Kathy a mum's name?
Yeah.
Is it a mum's name?
Kathleen.
Kathleen. What do you call that guy? Kathleen. the Irish fella from down south.
I don't know.
Hold on, let me find it here 1 second. It's funny, so he is like,
there's no gays in Ireland.
Of course there
That's
is.
a thing the Americans do have.
Of course, there's gays everywhere.
They're not!
What about, like, Louis Walsh is gay?
He's not gay, he's a singing man.
But then why did we bother passing the referendum at all?
In case the rich foreign queers come over and we can take their money, can't
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, thank you.